and welcome to Issues and Insights, the show that keeps you up to date on all the great things taking place in our community. I'm your host, Kendra Scott, and today I'm excited because we are on location. We've taken our show on the road to bring you some very special footage from a very special place. We are really excited today. We are in downtown Elizabethtown at the Kentucky High School Basketball Hall of Fame, and it's the only one in Kentucky, and it's right here in our neighborhood. So today we're going to give you a peek inside this fabulous facility, tell you about all the great things they have to offer, show you some neat souvenirs and things you can make your very own. And of course, we're going to talk to some folks that are involved here day to day. So please help me welcome our first guest today. He is the executive director, and that is Mr. Paul Najar. Welcome.
Thank you, Kendra, and welcome to you. I know it's your first time here.
I'm embarrassed to admit that.
It's no embarrassment needed. It's all good. We're glad to have you here. And because we've had a couple of other Issues and Insights episodes that we've done here at the hall, but I think we're going to have a little more fun in this one because, as you see, we've got our trophy behind us. We've got the Kentucky Indiana Hall of Fame Challenge Cup because Indiana has a High School Basketball Hall of Fame's been around for 40 years, so ours is only we're approaching a 1-year anniversary later this summer, and I just think that's to have this here in Kentucky every year. The Challenge Cup has been an event, and for the last 5 years, Kentucky has won the majority of the games, at least 3 out of the 5.
Oh, good for
Kentucky teams versus Indiana. So we have that there, and a few things I just want to draw your attention to.
I love that.
This old school. You remember? You were a player.
I was not this long ago.
Do you remember what that was?
I think tetherball.
A tetherball, we called it a medicine ball. This thing probably goes back to 1950.
Oh my gosh.
And it was given to us by someone, a retired educator from Munfordville.
Oh wow.
And he said, I think I played with this, he used this and practiced with this when he was a kid.
Really? Do they
in
bounce?
Elementary? No. These are just, these are heavy
strength.
balls, just for strength.
That's right, because the medicine ball's making a comeback
The way we did when we were young kids.
Working out.
With the old grips that you had to squeeze. We're getting so many things all the time, and I wanted to feature a few of the pieces of merchandise we have here, as well as some of the things that people are delivering to us.
That's so nice. So that's great that you're accepting it. So if someone has something, a tremendous collector's item, they can actually donate it and give this wonderful, give it a home, and it doesn't stay in their attic.
Old school, look at this memorabilia, these programs that have been so well kept, and they go back 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even in the 50s. We have some information.
And they look so much prettier than what we get now. I
mean,
those are really pieces
artwork.
of art.
Yes, exactly. A scrapbook that this thing, one day it was pretty much the talk of the hall for about a week or two. People were coming in, and they still talk about it when they see Linville basketball season, 1956-57.
Yes.
Now, when you hear people use the dialect here, and you hear Howe Valley and Linville, and you just don't understand all the time. But the people here, they just gravitate towards these neat little personal things, and they connect with them in ways that's just tremendous. But the real gem, and with Father's Day being this week, we're taping this show just ahead of Father's Day.
We have something for everyone, a great gift.
This thing is the treasure. The treasure of all treasures, the Kentucky High School Basketball Encyclopedia, updated 2017 version. It has anything you could possibly think of regarding high school basketball.
I never even knew it existed. It's great that somebody compiled that, and I see Jeff Bridgman. Any relation to Junior Bridgman?
No. But it's a great thing, exactly, me too. But Jeff did an extensive years of research.
Oh, he had to.
And he put one out in 2013. This is the updated version. It has it clarified some errors in the first one. There are probably many errors here, but I like to challenge folks who say, "Oh no, that's wrong." Now wait a minute, is that wrong, or is our memory playing tricks on us? Because this will settle
those disputes.
A lot of disputes, a lot of bets, a lot of friendly bets, and a lot of memories get straightened out a little bit with this. But this has everything. Every boys and girls team who ever competed in the Commonwealth.
Really?
Who ever stepped on a floor. every season record, every district, regional, and state tournament result.
How did he manage to collect all that?
Exactly. It's a lot of work.
Phenomenal.
And the traditional African American high schools that existed up until integration
Yes.
in the late 50s and early 60s. And that section has been expanded. Every record up through 2017 for the boys teams and the girls teams who ever competed in the state. The all-state teams, all tournament teams from the state tournament. King of the Bluegrass, the Louisville Invitational Tournament,
That's
everything you can
amazing.
imagine is in this
That's
book.
a beautiful
Photos
book. Yes.
as well. I mean, there's the old school trophy photos. And you just open this and so many. Every
Yes.
state champion has a photo of every state champion in here.
That's
Every
amazing.
team, there is a photo of every team
That's
from
great.
every year.
So folks
Boys
can really
and
go
girls.
back and say, hey, I went to such and such high school, boom, and they can look up their school.
Exactly, and we even have the schools that no longer exist,
Mm-hmm.
the schools that were once Inez that turned into Sheldon Clark that turned into something else.
Yes.
You know, these schools that have been consolidated
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3 times through the last 100 years. So
Amazing.
we keep this here. We're proud of this.
Mm-hmm.
It is it's worth every penny that you purchase for your purchase here. It is something to see when people come in and they go with this book
Why, sure.
and they just relive some great memories
Yes.
from history.
And
So
see those names. And how much are those little
these
gems?
are $49.99,
That's
and
not
we
bad at all.
and you will
Like you said,
have
worth
this.
every penny.
It is a treasure, and if you're interested, you just get in touch with us
Mm-hmm.
or come in and give us a call. We'll get one to you somehow.
There you go. Yeah, it's a beautiful hardbound book
Oh,
and just
yeah.
beautifully done. So, and everybody, if you're a true basketball fan, you need your encyclopedia. It's
Well,
like your Bible.
That's exactly right. And it's almost 800 pages worth of information. And you go through this, you're talking about the history, you're watching the
Mm-hmm.
progress of the great players. You see, when that girl was a freshman, she was honorable mention all state. Then she was second team. Then she was first team 2 years in a
Yes.
row and Miss Basketball. So we have everything you could possibly think of
Mm-hmm.
in here for the records and the history of the game, which was so important to us at the Hall of Fame.
That's awesome. Plus, you have some other great items here. We don't want to.
T-shirts, polo
Yes.
shirts, what the kids love right here.
Oh, well, of course,
the little
yes.
mini basketball. When we were
Awesome.
out for barbecue, bikes, and blues,
Mm-hmm.
that was phenomenal. Kids just were eating this up.
I love it.
The little ones, oh
Yes.
my goodness.
Everybody loves ball.
Oh,
That's
they
all there is
just
to
wanted
it.
to play, and then
Yes.
we had so much fun on that Saturday. And so we have our little basketballs, we have little can koozies,
Mm-hmm.
cups, whatever you might find here to please your basketball side, your basketball loving
Yes,
side.
yes, I love that you have the polo shirts that are,
The Hall of Fame
representing the Hall of
polos,
Fame, and then you have some of these great schools.
throwback schools like
Throwback
Card
jerseys.
Creek,
Yeah, everybody
Hazel
loves that.
Green, Cuba Cubs, and everybody knows the great history of those. And we have something for everything. And the kids, they're gonna like this. And we've got red, white, and blue ones.
Oh,
But you get the red,
perfect.
white, and blue balls. You get to shoot. The red, white, and blue ones are
Okay.
for shooting,
Great.
and that's something that we're going to show you because we added something. And I
Yes.
think you'll love that. That
I
the
think
kids,
so.
the kids would love to see when
Gotta
they come
make it
visit.
interactive for
Correct,
sure. And so
correct.
you have a lot going on this summer. People think basketball, it's a winter sport, but in the summer, this place is really hopping. So tell me about
Exactly.
some of the things you have going on and folks that are coming through.
Well, we're trying to get some teams in, some older teams to come in on a Saturday, and we're working on some programming through that. From some teams, some historical championship teams. We had a few guys from the Breckinridge County team from 1965,
Oh,
Butch Beard's
neat.
team,
Yeah.
and Homer Gray was in here the other day. But it's also an opportunity where to bring in camp groups, history camps coming in, some church groups will be coming in.
Great idea.
All kinds of little attraction or little opportunity for kids to come in and get a taste for what we have here. And I think you're going to get a taste for what we have here
Oh,
too.
I
See
am.
see what the kids are going to do.
That's
because
right.
I know you were quite the player in your day.
Well, I was not, but thank you for saying that. My dad, and I admit, my dad was a visionary, and he always said when I was a kid, someday there will be a women's basketball pro league, a WNBA, and I thought, oh no, there won't. So, and he thought that I would be in it. So, unfortunately, I didn't get tall enough. I didn't become that great of a player, but the dream really did come to fruition. There is a WNBA, and I think, man, I should have played
Well, we want to
practice a
take
little bit harder. I
we're-
could have been in that.
We'll get to see how you shoot here in a second.
Oh
How
yeah.
about that?
Oh dear.
Take
Okay.
a couple of shots.
Yeah. Game on. Game on. We'll talk about that.
Let's do it.
All right. So we're gonna see what's going on here, and we're gonna test
Yeah,
our
we'll
skills.
go into the
All
go
right,
into the
we're gonna
hall
go right to
and
the
see what the
museum.
kids will do.
All right. Let's check it out. We'll be right back. Like you said.
Come on, Kendra.
There we go.
There you go.
There
Now
we
you
go.
got
Yeah. Once you get the feel,
Perfect.
you gotta feel it. It's all in that release. Am I winning? Am I winning?
Put that down. One more.
That's right.
And
Buzzer.
see.
Woo!
We thought, Kendra, we thought you couldn't shoot. We thought you
Every
couldn't
now and
play.
again, Papa Shot.
Papa Shop. And this is what we have. This is one of the
This is
new additions
great.
for the kids to come in and enjoy themselves, and we get healthy competition here.
I
we
bet.
didn't
And
turn
these
on
balls.
the machine, but when we turn it on, and it keeps track, and you got
yeah.
the red, white, and blue.
I love
The
that.
old school, the
Yeah,
NBA
very,
look.
very Harlem Globetrotters. Yes,
Exactly.
I can't
And
do the ball spin,
I
but
wish the NBA would. I wish the NBA would
I do
adopt the red,
too.
white, and blue ball. I love that.
yes,
I
at
love
least during just
the
certain
colors.
parts of the year. I mean,
Why
even for the
not?
playoffs
Why
or
not? Just-
something.
just
Yeah,
give us a
just
little-
bring it back.
A little flavor, right?
I like it. Do you do this all the time? You hang out and come around
Well,
the corner? and-
sometimes you just need to practice the shot,
You
right?
do, yes.
And I understand you weren't quite the shooter
I
when you
wasn't.
were a player.
No, I love defense.
You were a
love
little
defense.
more
So
of a-
yeah, boxing
so
out. I can do
box out.
this. I can do
I heard
that.
you like to swing
I
those
did. I
elbows a
loved to
little.
throw an elbow. Whoop whoop. Steal the ball.
The kids will do that here. They like to knock each
That's
other
right. You
around
gotta
and
move,
get a little
move. Yeah,
physical
you
on the
gotta-
Papa shot. But nice shot.
Yeah, dude. It's all on the wrist.
But that's
you know.
one of the great things
That's
we have here
cool.
for the kids to do. And
Okay.
there's another one that's going to challenge you a little
Okay.
more
Oh.
as it challenges the kids.
Okay.
And that's just around the corner.
All right. Well, let's do it.
And get your quote. Get your hands, both hands down. Both hands down, and then jump. You're very close. See, you're only 2 inches below, 4 inches below. So you're about 7'10", 7'11" on your reach. So you should be able to get up.
So we have just taken our our jumps, our vertical leaps. I've got work to do. But we were talking about the one and only Daryl Griffith, and this would be, easy peasy for
When
him.
you talk about skywalkers, when you talk about
Yes.
vertical jumps, you got to talk first and foremost
Gotta talk about Griff.
He was in our first Hall of Fame class, and Griff is just, special player. A 4-foot high vertical leap, which is
That's
about that high.
Yes.
Okay, that's how high he got off the ground.
That's
And what we
amazing.
do here, you got the Papa Shot for the kids, and when they want to burn off that nervous energy, they just come right here,
Yes.
and we measure their vertical jump. We measure their height, we measure their reach, and we say, let's see how high you can get up the rungs
amazing.
on the vertical jump test. And we train kids, they might not get it on the first time, but they keep trying.
That's right. I'm going to keep trying.
And you will. Remember,
Yes.
jump rope, that
Tell us-
helps your
yes.
vertical. So you
Okay.
jump rope enough, you come back in a few weeks,
Okay.
it'll
And
be there.
You said 500 jumps a day.
500 for a couple of weeks, and then
Couple weeks.
increase it for a couple of
Okay,
weeks.
we
Keep
got
going
that.
that
Yeah.
way and strengthen those foot muscles, the
Yes.
calves and legs.
Great
You'll get
cardio,
up.
and next thing you know, I'm up. Okay.
You know it. You'll be
Wow.
hitting that 8'2" mark, no time at all.
Okay. Well, we've got a trophy we're going to have to present to Reed today because he definitely is the jump
Reed
king.
is the Skywalker
He is.
out of the three of us here.
Yes.
But
So-
that's what we have for kids, and now we want
love
to
it.
focus a little bit about our summer, our special folks who help us out.
Yes, let's
and,
talk about
and
your
our
volunteers.
Yeah, we've got a special one with us today.
Great. We're going to talk to her in just a moment. So as we know, summer is a great time for folks to get involved and volunteer. And we are lucky to have with us a wonderful volunteer on your staff, Paul, that helps you out. And she is really a community legend and Jim herself. So you have basketball legends and you have community legends. And today we have one and only. So please introduce our special guest.
Ava Joe Bailey. Joe Bailey is Miss Joe, and Miss Bailey, as everyone knows her, longtime teacher and educator here in Hardin County and Elizabethtown, absolutely a fixture.
Yes.
And on Fridays, we have Fridays with Joe here at the Hall of Fame now.
I love
and there are days when the Friday atmosphere here is like a general store. I'm not kidding. People come in and they just sit and stay and chit chat, and it's wonderful. But it's not just Joe Bailey who volunteers. It's John and Linda King, really good folks who love basketball. It was Jim Pyle. There's so many others, Rick Walters, and of course Coach Bevers.
Yes.
Coach Ron Bevers, the Hall of Famer.
Yes,
he
he
comes
is.
in to volunteer.
That's awesome.
And I'll let Joe take it from there. You and Joe can take it from there
Yes.
on the interesting relationship between once rivals
Yes.
and now friends.
So tell us about this very special relationship, because a lot of people know Coach Ron, and they know him. He's a little bit gruff
Interesting.
sometimes. He is a very interesting character. He is
was.
a legend.
He was. Let's be remembered.
And so we know you both represent opposite ends of the county. So talk a little bit about this newfound friendship that you have.
Well, it's really, really interesting, and my family is totally shocked.
Yes.
Because being from E-Town, well, no, I didn't have anything to do with Ron Bevers at North Hardin. In fact, when I thought he was getting ready to get a technical, then the game just increased. And we could almost always be sure that he was going to have one.
Well, true, yes.
And so, you know.
But he never did.
He's known for being high energy. He was very high energy on the court.
But he was just passionate about what he was
Very
doing.
Bobby Knight
So
passionate.
when I came down here, I said, you know, I've been telling you to shut up and sit down for years. And then the part I like the best, being from E-Town, is the shot heard around the Commonwealth.
Yes.
When Paul Andrews hit that wonderful shot that beat North Hardin. I mean, it's really, really bad.
E-Town fans seem to love that. North Hardin fans not as much.
No, but that's okay.
It was a heartbreaker. It was
We
a
like to
heartbreaker.
say this. At
It's
the Hall of
the
Fame,
shot.
we bring fans together. We bring rivals together. And they can keep arguing just so there's no blood loss.
Right.
Just no harm, no foul. Just,
That's right.
Just enjoy the arguments.
I
right?
love
That's,
it.
That's what we do at the Hall. In our displays, in our
Yes.
features, but also in our volunteers, we bring folks together.
And that is amazing that basketball does that. It can bring people
It
together,
really can.
and people that you never ever thought would be friends and cohorts and comrades. And I bet you two have some really interesting conversations
Well, it's just
and
almost
debates.
like an old married couple, you know, back and forth.
Yes.
But it's just fun, and I like to hear his stories and everybody else's stories because I'm a storyteller myself. But I guess what really got me interested was the fact that my husband has kept scorebook for the boys basketball team at E-Town for about 45 years.
That's amazing.
So,
Everyone knows Preston Bailey.
Pretty much. He's just going to sit there and dive with a pencil in his hand. But anyway, I sit on the bleachers right across from him. I mean, that's what I do from December to March. And we don't take vacations very often, but we do go to the Sweet 16 every year.
Never
and
miss.
Preston sits there and watches every game from the beginning to the end.
Now, she's such a fan, Kendra. I want you to tell her and tell the folks what was your first impression of this place? Because I'll tell you my
Yes.
first impression.
I was thrilled to death. You come in and you hear that background of the Sweet 16, like, oh yes. And then coming up and you see Black history and woman history, you know, and it's just, if you like basketball, this is where you need to be.
It's
I
empowering.
mean, it is. I mean, that's what we do in Kentucky from December to March.
It is. So did you always know that you were going to volunteer here, that you were just drawn to
No,
it?
I didn't.
What brought you in?
Well, it was raining. And so I told Preston, I said, we need to go down there. So we come down here, and of course, just smitten with it. You know, I think, okay, I can volunteer because I still substitute teach in the school year.
Right.
But I had to do something in the summertime, and I was at the History Museum. But this is a little more exciting.
Heavens, yes. And the people that come through that you get to meet. And of course, you know half of all of Hardin County.
much.
So some folks come in the door, they know you, and so
Pretty
you have that
much.
relationship and you can really tell them
And I love
what it has to offer.
I mean, and I go around telling everybody, you need to come down there. On Fridays, it's a good day because I'm there.
That's
it's party
right.
time.
That's right.
And she brings it. And the first time when they came in, it was such a pleasure to meet Preston and Joe and to take them around and to hear the enthusiasm they had for it and to hear her enthusiasm. And it was, by the time she finished, and they were here for a good hour and a half, to almost 2 hours, I said, you need to come here and help us out. She said, don't worry, I'm here. I'll
I'm
be here
in.
Friday, and that was that. And what her energy and passion, all the volunteers, when they bring that energy to here, it just enhances the experience for everyone.
Heavens, yes, it is. And talk about some of the jobs and roles that you do as volunteers. What types of things can volunteers do here to help the
Just
the hall?
talk and explain things, you know, and if you like basketball, you just know, I mean, it's just high energy. And for people to say, well, there's nothing to do in E-Town, it's
That's not true.
And
No.
they help out in other ways.
Yes,
I mean, they
tell us
take
about
these
those
tours.
things.
They take these tours seriously, and they're interesting. There's perspectives that they have that I don't.
True.
She knows this area of basketball better than I do, and Ron knows it certainly better than I do. But there are others that we have who are from Eastern Kentucky. You are from Wayland and from and Wheelwright, and you might not know those schools, but they are documented here in this Hall of Fame. On the monoliths outside the Hall of Fame, or outside City Hall, we list every high school that ever played the game. And of course, in that encyclopedia of Kentucky high school basketball, it has all those teams. But they know that eastern part of Kentucky. John and Linda King are just exceptional with the names and the years and the excellence. But they also do some of the clerical work. They'll check you in, sign you out, and
sell the merchandise, that type of thing.
And they'll help, clean the floors and keep everything up neat and tidy. And they also, what's one of the great benefits is that they're clued into this community, and they might have a suggestion or two. Hey, can we try this, or what about that? And give you ideas and give us ideas to help enhance the experience for all of our visitors.
That's awesome. And with that being said, we need to talk a little bit about the future of this museum and what we're expecting, what's going to happen. There's more great things to come.
Jo is a cheerleader at heart.
Yes, she is.
She loves her teams.
Yes, she
is a cheerleader.
Yes, she is. That's why she never misses a game. You're always there watching.
There.
Yes.
I'm always there.
And Barbara Prophet.
Yes.
And Barbara Schmuck, who sits beside me.
Yes.
And that's just what we do.
That's exactly
As
right.
they call her, Mama Prophet. She's been in here several times, and she is to, as Jo is to E-Town basketball, Mama Prophet is to North.
Yes, she is an honorary coach, and she really hates that shot.
And she knows. And it's funny, she knows the game just like
she
Jo,
does,
inside
in and out. Yes.
But what we have coming up, we were talking about Jo being a cheerleader, is that coming up on our first year anniversary in August, we're going to start a yearly rotation of new little feature that we're going to add year by year. And this year's theme is going to be cheer teams.
Thank you.
Through the history, and we're going to perhaps see something very special from your grandmother's collection.
My mother-in-law.
Your mother-in-law? I mean, that would be something to see those. We were going to have cheer uniforms. We want megaphones. We want pennants, high school pennants,
the
banners,
big fat pom-poms.
Pom-poms, and then the different outfits through the years. So cheer teams are going to be the highlight of the 2018-2019 Hall of Fame year, school year per se. And then in the future, we'll look at having a feature on buzzer beaters and some things like that.
How about the pep bands? I was big into pep band. You gotta do something for pep. I saw a little bit back there. So we gotta represent.
But when you hear the sound, we had to turn the sound off for this visit. But when you hear the sound, and I think you might be able to inject some. I think in one of the prior visits here for Issues and Insights, you got some sound, some audio. But you'll hear the pep band, the sounds, of the squeak of the floor, the sneakers on the floor, the cheerleaders, the fans.
It's the whole experience. That's why people love a basketball game, because it's that whole, all your senses are really ingrained and just in it. We do. I was going to say that's all that's missing is popcorn.
So if you
get a popcorn machine in here,
exactly, you've got. I want an old school popcorn machine that we can just get that scent and pump that scent in, and it'll be a blast for everyone.
There you go.
But you have that opportunity to really enjoy and experience this in a way that you don't have. It's something new, and you'll identify with your interest of basketball, your particular interest in a heartbeat.
Everybody has a connection.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to a great summer, Wednesdays through Saturdays. We're open 11 a.m. to 6. If you want to have a group tour when we're not open, you just contact the Hall of Fame, and we'll get in touch, and we'll see what we can do about getting you here and getting your group, whether it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, or if it's a Monday or Tuesday, a special time for you.
Great. And tell us about the admission cost.
The admission cost is $6 for adults, $5 for seniors, $4 for students. 6 and under children are get in free, and veterans and military rate is $4. So
that's awesome. That's cheaper than a game.
You come in and you have a little fun, and some people come in and they only have 15-20 minutes, and their immediate reaction is, I got to come back.
Definitely.
Some people like Jo and Preston, the first time here, I set up shop wherever you want, enjoy it, And when you get to see where we're sitting on the bleachers,
Yes.
where you sit and you get to watch a movie we project onto the wall here in this beautiful arch wall, and you get, it's called The Essence of the Game. And it's based on the dreams of a kid in Kentucky having that one shot, growing up and becoming that one champion. One girls team, one boys, what makes Kentucky high school basketball so unique and so special.
You're exactly right. Miss Jo, do you learn something new every time you're here?
Well, no, I just stay away with that North Hardin exit. Well, no, I do learn from other people. And Ron Bevers is full of stories.
Yes.
Oh,
He knows the stories much better than I do. But anyway, it is just so much fun.
And if
So you encourage folks to come,
Oh my
obviously.
gosh, yes, and just sit on the bleachers and watch that movie.
There you go.
And just walk around. I mean, it's just, you know, if you like basketball and are from Kentucky, this is the place to come.
It's our religion. I tell people that all the time. Basketball really is our religion.
It is.
We love football, we love soccer, we love all of our sports, but there's something special about
And
basketball.
this is one number one.
That's right, sister.
Absolutely, and that's what we believe in telling you. You're number one. And if you come down here and watch all this, then you think, well, maybe I can be that number one.
That's exactly
And
right.
I have to say something about Erin Bowling, because there's a wonderful of Erin back here, wonderful picture and everything, story about her, because she used to come out to our house to get a little help with math. Not that she needed it.
She's brilliant, yes.
Yeah, she's just a total package.
Yeah, she really is.
And you know, to see her down here is just, it's good. And then Ray Vincel over here on the wall, who you know everybody knew was just wonderful. Ray.
Yes.
a lot of special memories and a lot of special just special feelings that you get when you tie back into your high school, and when you have the young kids here and they think about, well, that's the high school I'm going to, and that's the player I want to be, and this is the player I want to learn about. The kids, they gravitate towards our touch screen that gives all this information about our 100 Hall of Fame inductees, and it's really special to see that they learn something new, like you did, looking at the photos of the girls' teams from back in the 20s and 30s.
Yes.
Pretty impressive.
Amazing.
Love that hair, love those hats.
Yes,
right?
everybody was wearing a little bonnet on there.
Fascinators. 100 years later, we call them fascinators,
We do.
right?
Yes, and just think about it. Can you imagine playing basketball wearing, a long skirt like this and a bonnet on your head and all of that? It's amazing.
Well, we are in the day of enlightenment.
Yes, and the men wearing little short shorts with belts on them.
Right.
Who would have
And
thought?
that is so cool to see those different uniforms, and you can get your history just by looking at what
You're
wearing.
exactly right.
I know there's lots of people out there watching who who have tons of basketball knowledge, and if you want to volunteer, you just come down to the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Let us know. We'd be glad to get you started and give you some time here in this beautiful facility.
That's exactly right.
It's
Volunteers
just too
always
much
needed.
fun.
Yeah.
It's that, well, just to come and hang out with you would be fun in itself.
Well, if it's not fun, I'm not going to
That's right, and to have Coach Bevers with you too.
Well,
So,
I mean,
gosh, the
it's
two
just-
of you,
We probably could just take it on the stage.
you probably could.
We'll just feed
You
on
probably
each other.
I want to see you two back there at the Papa Shot.
I don't do sports. I mean, I just watch it. That's okay.
He could probably teach you. He's coached a lot of people over the years.
Well,
He could
that's true.
probably.
But you know
He
what's
could help
very
you out.
important? He told me one time he learned a lot of his basketball savvy from Coach Vincel.
Oh.
That just kind of blew me away.
And he admitted it.
Yes.
Wow. Now see, that's true gentleman. That's
Well, it
See,
is.
giving credit where
age
credit is
mellows
due.
a lot of
It
rock.
really does. They're not on the court facing each other anymore, so now they can
Right.
be kind.
You know, I used to get sick in my stomach during district time, because, oh my gosh, North Hardin's going to knock us off again, which they did frequently.
Yeah.
But I have forgiven.
That's right. And times have changed. Schools, it ebbs and it flows, and
Yes, and
that
we're
we've
all
added
supposed
other
to get
schools
along,
into the
and
mix.
that's no fun.
That's true. But it's nice having that competition because we are blessed
Just
to live in a
remember, Joe,
basketball-rich area.
How many state championships has Elizabethtown boys won?
One,
How many state championships has North Hardin won?
none.
Easy
Exactly,
now. Let's
so.
not get our North Hardin fans upset.
That's right.
That's okay.
And don't
They
forget
did a
about
lot
the
of great
girls.
things through the
I know.
years.
E-Town
But
girls
that's
have
the
won as well.
boys coach at North Hardin now is a former student of mine.
Oh, we'll
And
see.
so is the one from John Hardin. So,
Yes.
I have divided loyalties there. I don't root too hard against
Spread the love.
We bring
You bring them together.
The Hall of Fame brings rivals together in a
does.
fun, fascinating way.
Amen.
It's
Well, thank
fun.
you for what you do. Thank you for giving your time and your energy and your expertise to the Hall of Fame and really drawing people in because if anything, folks are going to come because Miss Bailey told them to. So,
Why not?
Oh my gosh.
yes.
Why not?
I just put the teacher eye on them. You better.
Exactly. And we do what you say. We honestly cannot thank Paul and Miss Jo enough for their time today and showing us this incredible facility. Make it your business to get downtown E-Town to see this elegant and incredible and inspiring Hall of Fame right here in our own backyard. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can come and spend the afternoon and you can relive all the moments of glory in Kentucky basketball history. And as you can see behind me, all the emotions are displayed, and we've all felt them as fans of high school basketball. The agony, the ecstasy, the defeat, the hurt, the anger, the disappointment, we've lived it, we've played it, and we get excited for it every single year. So as you're planning for the next basketball season before it comes around, you definitely want to check out the Kentucky High School Basketball Hall of Fame right here in downtown E-Town. You can check them out on their website at the khsbhf.com, where you can find all their hours and all the great displays they have, and you can make a plan to come down and spend an afternoon. Paul and Miss Jo will be here along with Coach Bevers, and they can tell you everything that you want to know. So we want to thank you for tuning in today as we've taken our show on the road. We appreciate Issues and Insights allowing us to be on the road today and all of the great glory here. So we hope that you enjoyed this edition, and we'll see you next time. On behalf of HCEC-TV, I'm Kendra Scott. Have a great day, and we'll see you next basketball season.